This is sick. Put this to music. I don't think he stepped out either. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Football is back. Football fans, it is now the time. We are back. Waiver Wire Wednesday. It's been 252 days since we last saw our football be spiked, and boy, we got some catching up to do. We are looking today at the action that's taken place in the last week in the NFL Fantasy League. The Bill Shankly, a massive league, debuted last year, huge success, got some new recruits in this year. But what we want to do is we want to look at the waiver wire, we want to look at the selection made each week, and we want to see who's going to be coming out on top. So we've got fans in. I'm looking here, we've got fans in coming in from Tokyo, from Indonesia, from Sydney, Shanghai, hello, Berlin. A lot of traffic coming from Banbury. Guys, we're here, you're out there, we're hungry, we're going. Guys, we're taking calls, we're taking live calls. Get your questions set in, and we'll answer them on the show as and when we can. What I want to do is I want to have a little look at the waiver wire. It's been week 1, it's out the books, it's in the books. We've got some wins, we've got some W's, we've got some L's. Let's see what we can do. First round, first pick. Unfortunately, come last place, but sometimes that's not a bad thing, coming last place. First week, we've got some moving, we've got some shaking to do. Nick, General Manager Nick King of the Bobcats, he goes in. Guys, he ditches Reese Burkhead. I'm not sure about that. He's a great guy. He can move for a white guy. Reese Burkhead, if he gets plays, he's getting you points. Big risk, taking Tarek Cohen, Chicago Bears. The reason that he's gone in at first, he scored 28.5 fantasy points this first week. You can't say goodbye to that, That's just value. You can't kiss goodbye. You go into the reduced section in Sainsbury's, you're seeing a steak down at 14 pence. You're getting it. You don't care if it's coming up against a tough match. You're getting it. Tarek Cohen, going in at first. He's got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers first week. The reason he is a bit static on some people's wave, he's got Green Bay. He's got Pittsburgh coming up. He's got the Baltimore Ravens. Those guys shut out the Bengals. I'm scared of his next few weeks, but let's hear what General Manager Nick King has to say about his week with the Bobcats.
Hi guys, Nick here from the Nick and Stanley Bobcats. Whew, welcome to the big time, eh? Tim showed no mercy on me in my first week. He's a bit mystic getting Kareem hunting, but fuck me, he did me good. But I'm going to come back from this stronger, I promise you that. Anyway, let's move on to it. Anyway, waiver-wise, brought in Cohen, all aboard the co-train, whoop whoop. Obviously, he turned a few heads first week. I'm a bit weak in the running back area at the moment, so I thought it made logical sense to bring him in. Other than that, no changes. Have full faith in my players. Unlike Tyler, who seems to be panicking a little bit, making quite a lot of changes. Don't recommend that. This coming up week, I've got Daniel Mackay. Looking forward to this match, really. Hopefully, Adele's going to be back from his injury, and that could be massive for me, to be fair, because he is my marquee player. But yeah, me and Mac have both had bad first weeks, but it's hard to tell, early days. I'm looking forward to it. Want to get points on the board? Buzzing for it.
Did you see that? He's English. He doesn't know NFL. He doesn't know football. Prem, championship. Yeah. Well, good luck to you, Nick. You're a nice kid. Let's go on to the next pick. Daniel Mackay, second pick. Daniel Mackay is one that scares me. He frightens me. He very boldly picked Drew Brees in the second round pick of a PPR draft. Give me some words because I'm lost for him. Let's hear what he has to say. So I'm really sorry there. I don't know if we actually got a video from Dan Mackay, General Manager Dan. But we're going to go on to our next General Manager. You know, now this one's an interesting one because I was in the same position as this kid last year. First pick, first round. Who'd you go for? Last year, I got absolutely cut away, but not below the knee. I went for Peterson. Great runner, scores points. I was a bit inexperienced. This kid wins the NFL Combine, goes in, gets his David Johnson, has one game with him, mediocre at best, and he gets cut away. 2 to 3 months, David Johnson's out of the game, but what does Sam do? Puts his balls where his mouth is, and he gets his replacement. Smart move, I think. Kerwin Williams, good kid, coming in Arizona, probably gonna get the majority of the running game. You've got to be aware of Andre Ellington, though. He is a pass-catching running back, and in a PPR league, that's what counts. Sam, you've made an amazing move. I personally love that move, getting Kerwin Williams in, DJ's placement. Let's hear what you got to say.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is GM Cashmore coming all the way from sunny Banbury. Just want to talk to you about my team's picks and performances from this week. First of all, just want to say sorry and I hope all the best to DJ. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks, I think, which is going to be a real big hit to the team. But unfortunately, fortunately, actually, we picked up young Cameron. He's going to come in. He's going to try and hit up some points, get some points on the board for us. But we're quite lucky. We've got the big boys. We've got Jordan Nelson still, who's playing up to his name, which is brilliant. But I did pick up another running back on the waiver line, which was Tolbert. He's predicted at 1.04, which is brilliant. So we're going to go with that. Looking to get my first win of the NFL series in 2 seasons, which would be quite nice. But I have got one little waiver up my sleeve, which I'm trying to work on at the moment, but trying to get it in before the weekends. But it's saying Thursday morning. But I'll have some more news for you then.
Thank you very much for that, Sam Cashmore. You know, you're unlucky. You're 0-13 in fantasy football, and you just can't catch a break. You know, I think you're not too far away from your first win. I think you've put your balls where your mouth are. You've got Kerwin Williams in. You know, he's going to see the majority of the workload now that David Johnson's gone. You've got to be aware of Andre Ellington. You know, he's going to be catching a lot of plays as well. Looking at the stats here, you know, I think you've got this one. You know, this one's in the bag. I hope so. I'm rooting for you. You're a good guy. Let's get that W in because it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly. Next on to is Miles Timbrele, the Bill Shankly debut season champion. What a squad. He had David Johnson last year. Doesn't have it now. He's rebuilt the squad. Unbelievable strength in the offense. And what Miles Timbrele has done this year in the first week of the waivers is really strengthened his defense. Strong people coming in from good defensive teams. He's got people coming in from Minnesota, Seattle, and Tennessee. I think he's getting there, you know. Defense wins championships. Not in this case. Miles Timbrele's got a great offensive team, and I'm looking forward to hear what he's got to say.
Papa John's sponsors NFL. The pizza, the family pizza, the best pizza all day long.
Hi guys, it's Miles Timbrell here, coach of the Jamal's Timbrell, the leading squad, and also the winners of the last year's Bill Shankly Cup. There you go. That's what it's all about. And again, we've been off to an absolute flyer this week. 1-0 up against the Sheen Bay Packers. They caught me at one point. I got really worried, but luckily towards the end we made the points happen. So yeah, a bit of a slow start. Brady not performing as well as I wanted him to. I want at least a 40-point game from Brady this week, but he slowed up. Got about 18, I think. The 2 main running backs I got, LaShawn McCoy and obviously Ty Montgomery, absolutely fantastic this week. Would not stop running. Literally got to take my hat off to the guys. My Papa John's hat, by the way, sponsorship. But yeah, a few mistakes I made, leaving Stephon Diggs on the bench. Obviously the #1 wide receiver this week, scoring I think 27 points. It's So that was a huge mistake. Defensive moves this week, I'm looking to make a few changes. That was one area that was pretty weak. Looking to bring in the likes of the Green Bay Packers defense and also some Seattle Seahawks defensive players as well. Hopefully we can get off to a flyer and get a 2-0 lead in front of Wild Wentz. I know they're looking good, but I hear their head coach is a bit distracted this week. He's on holiday, so hopefully he's looking at his missus' big titties instead of focusing on NFL. Good game.
Miles Tembrele, thank you very much for that. We always appreciate you, rooting for the sponsors. Everybody loves the Papa John's. I'm always, barbecue-based margarita from anywhere, and I'll take it, rip it out of a tramp's asshole, I'm eating it, That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a sick fuck. Onto the football. TP, TYP, T.Y. Parker, General Manager Parker. Ruthless. This kid doesn't give a shit about a thing. This guy led the year last year in transactions. If only those transactions contributed to his wins, he might be up there. This guy does not stop. He doesn't sleep. He is on this thing all day, every day. The kid makes transactions. If you catch that ball in practice, you're out. Waivers, he's made. I'm losing count. I'm going dizzy. He's getting in Martellus Bennett. He's cutting Charles Clay. He's getting in Quan Alexander. Nelson Gallagher had a good week. He's got him in. He sees talent. He doesn't go by projections. Do not. I'm up against TY this week. Do not go with projections because Tyler watches the game. He watches the game. He's dropped Adrian Peterson. He's a pro footballer. Tyler, what have you got to say?
Hey y'all, we're gonna take a quick break and pass it over to the head coach of the Sheen Bay Parkers, Mr. Tyler Parker. Take it away, son.
Hey yo, thanks, coach. Basically, yeah, I'm the head coach of the Sheen Bay Parkers. Represent. I want to give free shout outs to my main boys on the team. We got a Marshawn Lynch. People who doubted Beast Mode is back. Knocked a 320-pound defensive lineman on his ass the other day. Unfortunate not to get a touchdown, but hey ho, swings and roundabouts, my boys. Stay strong, God bless. Now, Christian McCaffrey, young stud, coming up. He's doing well. He is doing well. Catch him in the open field, otherwise he gone. Also, Matthew Stafford, one love. We paid you the big bucks for a reason. Fourth quarter, you brought that game back. Now, to the waiver situation. We had a massive loss with Reuben Foster going out in the first quarter. He's out for 3-4 weeks now. So basically, our main priority on the waivers was to strengthen up our defense. We were lucky enough to get 3 Pro Bowlers in Cliff Averill, Casey Hayward, and Quan Alexander. They're really going to strengthen our squad. Fortunately, this week we really struggled with defense. Basically playing Jamal's Timbrel. Heard rumors all their players have been getting some sort of mind game training from Conor McGregor. That's the only factor that won in the game. We shouldn't have let it get to us, but unfortunately our players did. But basically we're going to get stronger. We got him at the end of the season. We're going to fight back. Also off the waiver, we picked up two real outcasts. We got a rookie in Chris Carson. Eddie Lacy really wasn't performing, so Chris Carson and Thomas Rawls. We got hopefully get us some nice points heading forward. You know what I mean? Like Thomas Rawls also suffering from a little nickel and ankle injury. So Chris Carson, young stud may just make the headlines soon. Pretty soon, mark my words. We also picked up Nelson Aguilar. He proven it all throughout preseason. We basically just had to pick him up. We love the kid. He's been doing really well. And basically, we just rolled with that, and we got the players that we needed. So yeah, basically, my team, I'm very happy. The projected scores do not match the capability of my team. So yeah, we love being the underdogs. We thrive off being the underdogs, and watch out, because the championship, we're coming for you. All right, peace and love. Pass you back over to Steve. See you later, Steve. Cheers, bro. Bless.
Thank you very much, T.Y. Parker, for that short and frankly weird video. Who was that guy before? Never seen him before. Restraining order is needed. Next on to Wild Wentz. Good team name. Good team name. Shame about the players in their team. No, I'm joking. He's a great guy. He's got a good squad. Goes under the radar sometimes, you know, and you come up against this offense and it's just wham. It is in your face. It is intense. You know, he's dropped. Back in July, he dropped Alex Smith. Sorry, I'm just reading that again. 63.5 points in week 1, Alex Smith against the New England Patriots. Not good enough. Not good enough. And you know what? I'm looking at the team right now. You've picked up Jared Goff, great player. Great backup to Carson Wentz. Wentz will score you points. He's a great player. Bit of a shame about Allen Robinson's injury. He was a good player. But to be fair, they're the only pickups that you really kind of put in the team. And that's fine. It's week 1. You know, you got a strong team. I do need to have a talk with you off camera because what are you doing? Who drops tight end ranked number 3 last year, Greg Olsen, for Jesse James has one good week? I know I'm getting Greg Olsen in the next waiver wire. So I want to hear what you got to say, Wes. You see? Shady guy. Shady guy. You don't drop Greg Olsen. I'm sorry. Next on to is General Manager James Deegan. Now, he's the GM of the Delaware Deegans. Good team, to be fair. Good manager. Last year had a solid year. Came 3rd overall. Had a real shaft. Got shafted in the first round last year. Adrian Peterson injured. You know, he was gonna do things last year. Is that it now for AP? You know, he's a great player, but you know, on to this season. JD pulled off arguably the best transfer I've ever seen in fantasy football history. Jarvis Landry for suspended Ezekiel Elliott. Suspension didn't go through. Zeke's got to go back, but he got 1 week out of him. He got a win under his belt. And now, to be honest, JD's schedule, it's looking tough. You know, he's up against Miles Timbrele. He's up against T.Y. Parker. He's up against Ben Rojo. They're solid teams. They're scoring high every week, and I think he's scraping. From what I can see, he's done some bits in the waiver wire. He had quite a weak running back situation going on. He's got in Chris Thompson of the Washington Redskins. He's a good pass-catching running back. But he's also, major blow. Danny Woodhead gone, out, knee, hamstring gone, 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months. He's got in his backup, Javorius Allen, Buck Allen, absolute stud, coming out of college. Haven't heard too much of him. He's been in West Shadow for the last couple of years, but he can do things. He's made the changes where he needs to make them. You know, let's hear what he's got to say. General Manager here, James Deegan of the Delaware Deegans. Thanks for having me out on the show tonight, guys. Just want to give you some updates with regards to the waiver wire, what we at the Delaware Deegans try to do, what we're working with, and going forward, really. So we had a great first week. We luckily we had Ezekiel Elliott coming in for us for 1 week. He contributed some 19 fantasy points. Gonna be a big mess. You know, he's had to go back over to R. James Teener. You know, great team, good solid deal that we managed to get through there. But you know, circumstances changed, and we've had to let him go. So this waiver wire is really about boosting the running back position through us. We've gone in with Buck Allen, great guy, absolute stud, replacing Danny Woodhead. He was a big loss for us. And I've also got in Thompson for Redskins. You know, there was a bit of hype around Samajay Perine, who's also on our squad, but he's kind of not really producing the figures that we need right now. So he may, I don't know, we'll see. But we've got Thompson in just as a backup, because Rob Kelly, I really think that he's going to start suffering. Had a good first week, got the win under the belt, which is always, you know, what we need. Tough matchup this week. T.Y. Parker, he's got a solid group of guys. He doesn't go by numbers. He goes by kind of intuition and thoughts. So, you know, we're ranked higher currently. But this Bill Shankly league is tight.
I got a weak quarterback situation. Dalton had a nightmare against the Ravens. Luck is out, 6 weeks maybe. So we're waiting for him to come back, and I just want to give Dalton another chance. He's a solid guy. He's got some great outlets this year. He's got AJ back, Tyler's back. He's got Joe Mixon coming in, John Ross. So if those guys can start clicking, then it's going to be a good week for us, good year for us. Wanna improve on third, and it's the waiver wire where we need to make our mark, because we were quite low down in the draft. So we really need to make the most of these waiver wires.
Woohoo! Fuck me, that guy is handsome. Next on to is the most hilarious looking guy in the whole league. General Manager Curtis White. No racism, but he was originally born Curtis Black. He says he doesn't know why he changed his name to Curtis White, but when we look at his team, he's got quite a tendency to white players, Carson Palmer, Trevor Simon, TJ Watt. I'm just saying, guys. Well, I want to look at Curtis's lineup because, again, he's a strong player. He came second place top scoring in first week 1. Didn't have to make too many changes, if I'm honest with you, but he got his boy. What? TJ Watt. Curtis, what have you got to say?
Hey to all the fans out there of the Waiver Wire, this is Curtis White, main coach of the Diglets Runaways. You're joining me here with a segment I like to call a kamikaze segment. Hopefully going to be taking you through the views of different toilets I like to use weekly. We're going for a new one every week. What can I say about this week? Great week, great start from me. Absolutely smashed it. I'm sorry, James Tina, but a win's a win for me. Second with most points, only 0.06 points behind the leader of Mr. Tim Morgan. Very well done to you. Still gone for quite a few trades this week, and on the waiver line, picked up TJ Watt. Very good week for him. Obviously, most people know I wanted him from the start, but obviously Tyler Parker fucked me over there. Big shout out there. Still did it. Thank you. We've also picked up Tony Jefferson, coming in, other defender, strong points. Looked at him last year, strong. Calls him normally 9s, 12s, good points. So we picked him up. Had a bit of a fuck up with my quarterbacks. Obviously very shit points this week with Carson Palmer and Cam Newton. Didn't actually mean to trade him for Trevor Simeon, but watch your eyes out. I have gone for someone else. Probably going to pick him up this week, possibly tomorrow, hopefully. Also changed kicker, Didn't really get that good with old Hashuka, whatever his name is. Can't even fucking say it. He did that shit. Picked up a new guy, hoping for some extra points from him. This week, hoping for a bit of a whitewash, to be honest. Against Athletic Bilbao, rookie team. Hoping to smash them, to be honest. Show what my boys are about. Here's to a great season.
Jesus Christ, who upset that guy? I want to hold you to that. I want to see 10 different toilets. I thought you shit where you sleep. I want to see it, Curtis. I like it. You're a good kid. And you got a fantastic football team. Next on to is General Manager Tim Morgan. He's changed his name. He is now Tim's Titans. What, you win week 1 and now you're too good for Ben Rojo? I don't get it. I'm looking here now. You've made some fantastic moves. You've made some brilliant moves on the waiver wire, but you didn't really need to make many. You top scored. You've got rid of the oldest player in NFL league currently, Adam Vinatieri. He can kick his own mother back to where she came from. For, another good player, Phil Dawson, Arizona. Could be a good move. They might not be making the red zone as much as they were without David Johnson. So, they may have a lot of easy field goals. I like that move. You are smarter than you look. Believe me. Let's hear what you got to say.
Head boy of Tim's Titans, Tim Morgan. Started off with a great start to the season. Week 1 matchup against Nickington Stanley Bobcats. Had Kareem Hunt doing jobs up front. Really good game for him. A few other players still shaking out. Cyprian out in the waiver wire for Tandy from the Buccaneers. Had a new kicker in. Hoping to improve on the performance again this week, not underestimating the opponent. Hoping to keep going strong. Potentially taking offers for Amir Abdullah and Chris Hogan. Started on the bench this week. Still a lot of potential in them. Amir Abdullah, I think, is a rookie this year, so rookie running back. Predicted a few points. We'll potentially be looking at offers for him. Chris Hogan didn't have a great start, but tough game for him to start in. So anybody's looking for running back or wide receiver, send a fucking thing this way. Cheers.
Tim, if Bin Laden can get signal from his fucking cage in Afghanistan, you can get signal from fucking South Wales. I'm not sure if that video came through or not, but, you know, on to the next one. Good guy. Absolute, incredible alcoholic. I bet right now he is in the pub, 3 Budweisers deep, just about to drive home. Nope, he only drives on 7. Aaron Singh Sanger. I love this kid. He's got a lot of belief in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great team. I'm a big Jabu fan. Jabu Winston. Huge talent. He can do everything. He's got the legs, he's got the arm, he's got the team. Big Mike, #1 wide receiver last year. He's got a bit of backup now. Deshaun Jackson. You know, might take a bit of the pressure away. But I'm scared of the curse of Hard Knocks. You go back 2 years, Houston Texans, Hard Knocks. They struggled that year. Last year, LA Rams. They struggled last year. Hard Knocks this year, Tampa Bay. Haven't had a game yet, been washed out. Half Miami's gone. Let's see how they do. I'm rooting for you. You're a great player. You've got some amazing wide receivers. You've got Des Bryant, Mike Evans. A massive, massive shaker for you was losing Eric Berry. Unbelievable player. You know, I don't know too much about Glover Quinn, who you've got in, but I'm not questioning your confidence with him. And Deshaun Kaiser, you know, he's a bit... That scares me because the Baltimore Ravens sent my quarterback, Andy Dalton, spastic last year. I want to hear what you got to say about Deshaun Kaiser. You know what? Fair play to you. You know what? Wednesday night, of course you're down the pub. You couldn't send the video in. I'm joking. I know you sent it in. I know you did. Next on, Salif Keita. Salif Keita, the Latino of the group. Luque Stratford, General Manager LS. Great guy, hilarious. Stinks of piss. Got a foul sense of humor, and the guy's toxic. I mean, but he's done some smart moves. He's a good player. He is probably the favorite for the league this year. He's got Aaron Rodgers. He's got Jordan Howard, Le'Veon Bell, AJ Green. He traded Adam Thielen for AJ Green. The guy's incredible. He's got some names up in high places. He gets things done for him. I'd love to hear what he's got to say about this week's matchup. Well, that was frighteningly positive, Luke. You know, I think what you've got to say all the time is very negative about everything that's going on in the world. So the fact you had one good thing to say about your team, it actually amazes me. So you're coming on, you know, keep going to those classes. Next on, big JJ. Tall guy, muscly guy, banging sister. I mean, you know. Sorry. Ezekiel Elliott, Jay Ajayi are back this week. Who the hell wants to be facing those guys? 2 running backs, unbelievable talent. He had Jarvis Landry, got rid of them, got the trade that he wanted back. He's got some good players in his team. He's recently recruited in the waivers Kenny Galladay. He had an absolute day with Matthew Stafford. You know, caught a 45-yard touchdown, ended up in the end zone. Matt Stafford, when he's throwing you the ball, you're going to score touchdowns. And if you are Kenny Galladay and you got him on your team, you got to get some good points. I'd love to hear what you got to say.
GM here of Argentina. Apologies for the poor quality of the video. Just coming back from Detroit. I'm penciling in a new contract for my new player, Galladay. Looking forward to seeing him out on the field this week. Not that disappointed over week 1, to be honest. Thought I had a good week. Thought I got beat by the better team. Diglets ran away. I'll be very, very surprised. Very surprised, but I do not see them in the playoffs this year. But looking forward to seeing them again. Hopefully it'll be a good contest this time. Going into week 2, I think we've got a good chance. I'm really looking forward to having some depth on the bench now. Ezekiel Elliott has come back where he belongs. Yep. And shit. Sorry about this, getting some turbulence. So yeah, where was I? I think this year, it could be my year, first year coming in, first year in the Bill Shankly. It's always going to be a big ass to win it, but I think it's doable. I do.
Right, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for that last bit of input there, James. Guys, it's a huge week coming up. We've got some massive games. It's only week 2. As General Manager Nick King said at the start, it's early days, you know, but you gotta get the waiver wire right. That's why we do the show. I wanna, you know, we're gonna put a couple of things out here. Wanker of the week, waiver wire wanker of the week. No, you can't drop Greg Olsen. General Manager Dan Wellington, you're getting wanker of the week. If you got a playoff caliber team, you really have. But if you keep chopping and changing star players like that, you know, the rest of the team are gonna get pissed. You released a statement earlier today, I'm reading it now. Greg Olsen was a mistake. I was not meant to let him go. I'm gonna get him back on the waiver. I hope you do, and I hope you rekindle things with Greg, but I'm after him, and I'm before you, so I might get him before you. I don't know. But you've had a bit of a Wellington boot this week. Champion of the week. Chase, my dog has gone missing. Chase is champion of the week. You know what? You put your balls on your chin, and you took it in the mouth. You took it in the mouth. You replaced the number 1 overall pick with his replacement. I think that's wise. I think it's clever. I wouldn't really know what other move you had to do, and you had to do it, and you got it because I know you weren't the first pick. So Chase's champion of the week goes to General Manager Sam Cashmore. Fantastic moves in the waiver wire. I hope they pay off. We'll review this every single week, guys. Send in your questions, send in your videos. Maybe get a feature on this, you know, speak to one of the general managers next week. We've got some big matches coming up this week. I'll be interested to see who keeps on to that 2-0 victory record. And we need champion Chase, Sam Cashmore, to get his first win in NFL fantasy. Thank you very much. This is the Bill Shankly. I will see you next week.